Welcome to the SVG-TV news for today, Monday, February 7th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. 2 men died this afternoon in Georgetown, reportedly after a retaining wall gave way in close proximity to the distillery in Mount Bentic Bay Road. At this time, it is not clear what might have caused the wall to collapse. The identity of the deceased is also not yet known. However, SVG-TV News understands that several other persons who sustained injuries at the site were taken to the nearby Georgetown Medical Complex. We will bring you further information as it comes to hand. 18-year-old motorcyclist CJ Weeks, who sustained paralyzing injuries reportedly during a police chase last Wednesday, died yesterday at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. His mother is speaking out and claims her son's death is as a result of police recklessness. On Hot 97 FM this morning, the grieving mother related what her son told her about the police chase that reportedly started between Camden Park and Cattell's and resulted in the accident in Vermont.
So he said they were hustling me, mommy, they're hustling me. And I end up in a, Vermont road, a concrete road. And they was easing upon me. They was easing upon me non-tall. And they could at least ease upon me, mommy. And we heard they were going, and the friend, my sister, where a friend was, he said, in front. And he now trying to, escape them, but the way they were coming on me, mommy. And it's like when they hit my bike, he said the bike pitch, and he end up underneath their vehicle on a dot, like a dot road. Mm-hmm. And when he end up under the vehicle, he said he said I was underneath the wrap-up, mommy. I was underneath the wrap-up. He end up there telling me, when they take him out, they have him there, and they say, when they try put him in another vehicle to see if he could go hospital, and they use the word like this. So we carry him hospital before he dead pan me. And he said the way they lift him up, mommy, the way they lift me up, they didn't lift me up I was feeling pain all in my neck and back. I was feeling a lot of pain. And the way they carried me and put me in that vehicle, my foot then was able straight out. My foot then was screened up in the vehicle, and my foot then dropped back down. The mother noted that her son did not have his motorcycle permit on him and was afraid of the police, hence the reason why he might have tried to get away from them. All they have to do say he was under the vehicle. It's an accident. He was under the vehicle, but they wasn't saying that. They're saying he get into accident. Accident with whom? And if he could say he will knuckle break, if he could say knuckle break, he know he was under the vehicle that happened. So they saying to somebody, if a police bring my son here again accident, where is the police? The doctors and nurse asking me how my son gets here and where is the police? No police was there with my son. I even say, how can they bring my son and no police? So after I do some calling and somebody call and and then a police come. When he came, I was in the room, but when he came, I heard he asking a lady, well, if they know the person who they bring here all up, if he's still alive or he's dead. So he said, the body said, look, the mother in there, so he's out now, and I say to the person, so you, me say, who you? So he tell me who he be. So me say, you are the one who run over my son. He said, no, he don't know nothing about that. He only get a phone call because he brought somebody down there, and he got a phone call to say that, to find out if the person is still there.
Weeks said she still cannot come to grips with the death of her beloved son, who would have been celebrating his 19th birthday next week.
When I woke up this morning, and I'm feeling it's like he gone, but I didn't really miss him until this morning. Every time I hear the door open, I thought, is he coming inside the house? Every time I hear a bike song, I thought, is he coming? So I break down this morning again. The way I'm feeling is like my body's so weak. My hand is shaking. It's like I can't believe he gone.
Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Colin John told SVG-TV News that he has been hearing different versions of the accident, including that of the mother, which differs from that of his officers. John said an investigation has been launched, and so far eyewitnesses have corroborated what his officers have reported.
Matter is being investigated. The mother is giving a different version than the police is giving. We also have independent witnesses that support the police story. And so I won't want to delve too far into the matter because it's subject to investigation, and I would not want to prejudice the investigation in any way by stating certain things. Yeah, investigations have begun, yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll be hearing more of it at a later time?
Yes, you'll be hearing more, yes.
Commenting on the matter on radio today, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said he is saddened by the death of the 18-year-old.
Publicly say how saddened I am at the death of the 18-year-old, CJ Weeks.
Yes.
I spoke to Natasha, his mom. She's a friend of the family, and it's a terrible thing, terrible. And I'm trying to get as much information as to what transpired. I'm hopeful to get a report from the commissioner. I got an oral report, but it's so sad.
PM Gonsalves said that he would like the truth to come out as it is important, noting that he has gotten reports from the police and the mother of Weeks.
The circumstances in which he met his death are hard, but all is good, and I have to be there to hold her hand. What happened? I've gotten from Natasha what CJ told her, and I get a summary from the Commissioner of Police. I'm not going to make a comment on either, except to say that, let's get to the bottom of this. He died in very tragic circumstances, but the truth is important. That's all I'd like to say.
A post-mortem examination is expected to be carried out on Weeks' body to ascertain the exact cause of death. The police have also launched an investigation into a shooting incident that occurred on Saturday, at Arnesvale, which left Ronaldo Hamilton, a 23-year-old laborer of Stubbs, dead. The police say preliminary investigations revealed that on Saturday at about 2:30 p.m. some unknown person or persons with malice aforethought caused the death of the deceased by shooting him to his head with a gun. Police are asking that persons with information to contact police are asking persons with information to assist with the investigation, to contact the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crimes at 456-1339, the officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department at 456-1810, or any police station or police officer you're comfortable with. The police say all information received will be treated confidentially. Meanwhile, grieving mother Rosie Hamilton is seeking answers over her son's death as she recounted her last conversation with him before he was gunned down outside of her workplace on Saturday.
11, sir. And I say, hi, where are you? And he said, in the studio, Mama, I'll be recording a song and then I'll come look for you. About minutes to 2, he come up and he pack in his own and he said he's going and go home, right? So I say, okay. I put $100 in a money bag and I say, go and get me some ones. Normally when I go out the door, I always walk outside and look. For some reason, I always watch him crossing the road. Not that he need me, he's a big boy, but I always protective. But happened so that a customer came the same time and I couldn't move from the cash, and then I hear, pow, pow. And everybody, I was like, and I rush out and I see nobody, and they say, somebody on the ground. And when I look, I saw my son lying on the ground. That's all right. And I ran up there and I said, it's my son.
Hamilton, who had her niece and nephew by her side at her home, As support for the interview with our news team is pleading with persons with information to reach out to provide answers as they need closure.
He would shut me out. He was not shy, he would come and conversate with me, and it was hard for me to get to him. Because when I will ask him, he will say, I'm good. He will never come. His friends will know more than I know. I'm like the investigators now, that I'm just looking for answers and wondering, what was he involved? What had happened? Why somebody would want to kill my child like that? Because it looked like it was assassinated. Because he 2 shots in the head, bam, that's it. So what could he have done to cause somebody to do that? And I'm looking for that answers. As I said, I'm not going to stay on television and say, oh, my son was, I know I got my son right. But my son probably had another side that I don't know.
In a heart-wrenching video clip circulating on social media, his mother was seen over his lifeless body shouting in agony, "That's my son, that's my son." The heartbroken mother expressed the pain she feels over the loss of her son and lends some crucial advice to other youngsters.
I didn't expect my son to go down like this, because always I used to say to him, son, do not follow friends. Friends will lead you astray. They will cry you, they won't bring you. And there is only 2 places for bad people. I said, don't follow bad friends, because there's only 2 places for bad people. It's either jail or cemetery. Sorry. The young people in the whole SVG, do not follow friends and listen to your parents' voice. It's like a sheep listening to his master's voice.
Police have arrested and charged Hannah Forbes, a 40-year-old Mason of Georgetown, with burglary, possession of an unlicensed firearm, and discharge of a loaded firearm. The accused allegedly entered the dwelling house of a 32-year-old domestic of the same address as a trespasser and stole alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. He is also charged with having in his possession 1 black firearm, make and serial number unknown, without a license issued under the Firearms Act, and with intent to injure the 32-year-old domestic of Georgetown at about 12:05 a.m. on January 22nd. In addition, he was further charged with unlawfully discharging a loaded firearm at a 40-year-old trucker of Georgetown around the same time. The accused appeared before the Georgetown Magistrates Court and pleaded not guilty. The matter was adjourned and transferred to the Serious Offences Court to be heard on February 22nd. The accused is currently at Her Majesty's Prison on remand, pending a murder charge. 4 COVID-19 deaths were recorded here between Thursday and Friday of last week, bringing the death toll from the viral illness to 99. The victims are a 90-year-old female with underlying conditions who tested positive on January 29th. She was admitted to the isolation ward at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital and died on Thursday of COVID-19 pneumonia. She was unvaccinated. A 67-year-old female with underlying conditions tested positive for COVID-19 on January 28th. She was admitted to the isolation ward at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital and died on Thursday of COVID-19 pneumonia, and she was also unvaccinated. A 97-year-old male tested positive on January 23rd, was admitted to the isolation ward at the hospital and died on Thursday of COVID-19 pneumonia. The Health Services Subcommittee said his vaccination status is being verified. And a 62-year-old male with underlying conditions tested positive for COVID-19 on January 22nd and was admitted to the isolation ward at the hospital, where he died on Friday of COVID-19 pneumonia. He was fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, the active COVID-19 cases on island are down to 260, with 80 recoveries recorded on Sunday. The latest report provided by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment indicates 3 new PCR and 2 new rapid antigen cases were recorded for the reporting period. 12 persons are hospitalized. All are said to be unvaccinated. To date, 64,991 COVID-19 vaccines have been administered here. A leader of the opposition New Democratic Party, Dr. Godwin Friday, who was re-elected to the position at the first part of the party's convention yesterday, thanked his supporters for placing their confidence in him to continue to lead the party. In a telephone interview, Dr. Friday congratulated the other members who also won their positions on the executive.
Well, I'm very happy to be the leader in the Democratic Party. At the convention reposed confidence in me again as the leader of the party. And for all the persons who voted, who took part as candidates in the elections, we do this every year, and I just want to congratulate all those persons who won positions, those persons who voted, and we know that they will do their duty on behalf of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that's why we have this every year. It's to make sure that we have in the party people who are willing to carry the work of the party forward for the benefit of the people of this country. We have a lot of work to do, and I'm very happy that we have people who are willing to put themselves forward and who will continue to work very hard for the people in the Democratic Party, but most of all for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Meanwhile, former police officer and president of the Police Welfare Association, Brenton Smith, was elected as General Secretary of the NDP. Smith told SVG-TV News that he is very humbled to have secured the position.
It's a very humble feeling. I intend to work and support the president of the party and the vice presidents and all members of the party to push the agenda and policies of the new Democratic Party so that the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines can have a government in the future who they can respect, love, and who can work for them, for their interests. And that's my intention, that's what I intended to do as we go along. I always had political ambition at the highest level to serve the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. At this time, I'm going to concentrate on the duties of the General Secretary to see that the President's mandates and policies are being pushed, and so that the people can benefit from such. My future own political endeavors, I will decide and make mention of that at some future date.
MP for South Leeward Nigel Stevenson now joins Sinclair Leacock as the party's second vice president, with MP for West Kingstown Daniel Cummings holding on to the post of chairman. Laverne Velox is now deputy chairperson. Laverne King retained her post as PRO, while former banker Luann Hadaway was elected as treasurer. The second part of the NDP's convention will be held on Sunday, February 13th, and Dr. Friday said that this will be done virtually this year due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Next week and the 13th, we have the second part of our convention. Ordinarily, it's divided in two parts. You have the business end, which we did yesterday, where we had the elections. And of course, this year it's different because we have to do it virtually to take account for the COVID situation. So next weekend and the 13th, we will have the political rally style part of the convention, where there will be political speeches by myself and other members of the party and well-wishers. And so we will have that open so that everyone can be a part of it in the sense of following it on social media and other means. So this part is more open to the general public. To the second part of it, this is the more fun part.
6 months after the residents of Fitzhughes moved back home after their community, to their community after being displaced by the volcanic eruption in April 2021, life has gone back to normal, as was observed on a recent visit by our news team to the small Leeward community. One resident explained how he feels to be back in the community, rising from the ash.
I just came back, so as I say, it's good to see back people down here. I think some people still out in shelter and stuff like that still, but majority is back and the place is green again. I can look around and see green. I remember coming back down here, it was just full of ash, and when I leave, it was still in ash. Now you can actually sit on the block, you can actually sit and go do stuff. No ash blowing when vehicle pass and stuff like that. So it's good. I'm happy because I couldn't take it for a while. It's too much. And to come back and see it's gone, it's a good feeling. People can start back their lives, grow their fruits and stuff like that.
Our news team also caught up with a few other residents who shared how life has been going and what they would like to see happening in their community going forward.
farm thing in the farm and so like we go see. But thing not really so well since I come back, like plenty thing, you know, like not really so well change up a little bit, like but everything go like bad now, everything go kind of mess up kind of way, cause like people thief people animal and all that kind of thing. They right now me lose all of my animal and thing government me say them a come go give back people something thing until now nobody never really come and.
When the volcano blow, we have to evacuate, and then we go schools. So sometimes we worried because we out of our village.
When we leave, it be difficult for me when we leave. As much as the place we had a lot of ash and sun and we had here a baby, we were ready to come back home.
To see school open again, that's a plus.
Something good for you.
That's a plus. That's a major plus. You know, business open and the shops open. The shop was closed for a while. It's reopened. It's good. You know, only thing we just need, as we always need, is little jobs. You know, take some of the guys off the road.
That should be after months of closure due to the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano, the Richmond Vale Academy has resumed operation, including classes for students in different programs. There are 3 groups of students doing programs focusing on climate change and how its impact locally can be mitigated. Head of the academy, Stina Herberg, said after a long break, they are off to a good start with local and international students.
We had to last year, unfortunately, when the effusive eruption started, we had to cancel all our programs because the scientists and the government gave very good advices to people. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and we were able to evacuate in exactly the right time. And this is the February group that just started and will work on a groundbreaking program to protect the coastline. We have students from Europe, so that would be Germany and Holland, and then we would have students from around St. Vincent. We did start in the middle of January, and this group started in the beginning of February. So we just back up to, we have 50 people at the academy right now. We're actually close to, so we have been able to restart after we have been recovering for months and months. After we had removed 1,000 truckloads of ash, we stopped counting.
One of the students, Aria Hamilton, is from Clear Valley, who became unemployed due to COVID-19. She said the program is a great opportunity to expand her knowledge and make use of her time wisely.
I found out about the program through a friend. Basically, I wanted to challenge myself as well, so it's a good thing. Learn more about the climate change and other stuff. I am unemployed at the moment, so now I'm here. I am a preschool teacher, but now I'm not working, so this was a good initiative to be here.
Another student from Europe said that climate change is an interesting topic and she would like to make a difference in SVG.
I'm 19 and I'm from northern Germany. Now I'm here at St. Vincent and hope to get involved in helping people and be sure that St. Vincent is going to be well prepared for climate change and just see what I can do to help. My brother was here in 2019 and he had a really great time here, learned a lot, and I thought I had to do the same. I just arrived on Monday. Everybody's really friendly here and I just feel really involved and really accepted part of the team, and I'm really, really happy and I'm looking forward to what comes next.
The Richmond Vale Academy is expected to expand its programs to more students in the future.